Have you ever heard something go bump in the night? You get up to go check it out. You go into the kitchen and the first thing you see is Bigfoot standing there eating a ham sandwich? No, you probably haven't, but you've probably seen a lot of people get mad and take their anger out on someone because today, or excuse me, last night, yesterday evening, however you want to word it, one of the devs for WWE 2K26 has lit a fire. Now, we're going to just call him Dev Bryan. Now, Dev Bryan put out a tweet. He said that the locker room leader is no longer an Apex tier live event in WWE 2K26 is my faction mode. Now, evidently some kind of way people must have been running through the matches quicker because again, my faction this year is one of the fastest ways to get the ringside pass to progress it or whatever. But he said, and he personally said, I'm not gonna lie, up to 4 times was kind of crazy. Change is live. I'm guessing there's some kind of way you were able to play the matches 4 times in rapid succession or whatever. I'm assuming. I don't play my faction. I didn't even really hear anyone talking about it. So this must have been a pretty low-key thing. So someone asked him the question about, well, what about the cooldown? It makes it harder to get my faction points. Hope you guys listen to feedback. I want to enjoy the mode, but some of the things in this mode make it hard to enjoy. And Brian responded to the guy. And Brian he says, blowing through matches in less than 60 seconds to exploit is not about fun, it's about circumventing the system. Ooh. So keep in mind that this tweet came out a couple of hours after patch 1.04, which also nerfed the easy E method, which was pretty much a way for people to run through the season pass, ringside pass a lot quicker, a lot faster, and then they nerfed it for that same reason. So to see a dev come out and say that I guess something similar for solely my faction players, that it is an exploit, it kind of makes you think, ooh, is that how you guys also feel about the easy E method? And as a developer, they have every right to say what they want to view as you exploiting the rules or whatever. But I think this is kind of a shaky slope. You put a system into the game where people are forced to just spend an egregious amount of hours as if this is like an MMORPG. Like, you gotta remember, you can't even earn your RXP in an offline mode if you're not connected to the internet. So if your Wi-Fi is out and you're just playing universe mode, you're playing my rise, my GM or whatever, you're not gonna get progression. I've seen people also say that apparently matches with your friends somehow don't give you RXP. I feel like that's got to be a glitch. I don't have anyone to play with because guess what? None of my friends want to spend money on this, and I can't even blame people. People in my comments have been saying the same thing. I don't really want to spend this money, and I can't blame you. And then you see this moment here, which I really got to say this. Everybody is sending Brian any of his tweets. People are just in it, and they are on his ass. And I gotta say, look, at the end of the day, this is a video game. It's never that serious for you to be going around harassing this random man because he didn't make a game you to the way that you like it, and that he said something you didn't like in this aspect. And so now that I've gotten that out of the way, I guess in his shoes or his point of view, you gotta know when to leave a certain fight alone. I don't think the way he responded to the guy that there was anything wrong with it, but when you add that I'm not gonna lie, that's when it's like, come on. You had to have known that you was pretty much playing with fire. The man cannot tweet about anything now. All of his tweets, I think one of them had 1 million views and it had like five or 6 likes. And it's just everybody is ratioing him. Everybody is just going off. And again, it's a video game. It is never that serious. But now, because you pretty much said something that was stupid, you kind of put yourself in a I hate to say it, you kind of put yourself in a crappy situation, because no matter what, this guy's going to be somebody that people just automatically scapegoat. Does it make sense? Of course not. So anything that goes wrong with this game now, they're just going to send him hate tweets. And a lot of people have been making some excellent points. And, like I just said, they make this game at the end of the day, what they want to deem as exploitive, they have every right. But somebody did say, and I didn't save the tweet, but somebody pretty much said something along the lines of, the game is up to $150, right? The ringside pass, to skip, it costs hella money. If you do an entire skip, it costs more than the actual base game costs. And the person was like, you are exploiting us, and then you want us to spend endless hours to grind this stuff. And again, this just kind of shows you, I think we're in the end times of the game, of gaming, because it doesn't make sense. In NBA 2K, when they introduced their season pass, it was pay to win. WWE 2K26, it is pay to grind. Like, what? And so I really have to disagree with him that this is exploitive. I don't really think so, because you got to look at it from this point of view. It genuinely is taking so long to go through these levels in this ringside pass. So if somebody wants to go some kind of way into offline matches and they can speed up the process of them going through it, I don't give a damn. What does them doing it have to do with my experience as a player? It's not some sort of situation where it's like a NBA 2K or a Call of Duty where somebody is doing something that, gives them a competitive advantage, like wall hacks or aimbot, something like that. This is a WWE game. It's not like somebody has had they got something in the battle pass that can make them just they can just automatically attack me as soon as the match starts. They can just spear me within 3 seconds and I can't do anything about it. They get to do an irreversible hidden attack like Roman Reigns could at the end of the island in 25. If it was something in the ringside pass that allowed somebody to do something like a superhero-esque move, and it was intended as a level 40, I guess, gift, then I could somewhat understand that, hey, maybe you guys should just go slow as intended. But again, it's not. The stuff that's in this ringside pass is stuff that we A, paid for, or B, was something that was free or base unlockable for damn near a decade or longer. Like, like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist. You don't need a degree to simply comprehend this. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on this whole situation down in the comment section below. Did you really expect him to get this much hate? Do you agree with what he said? Do you disagree? Do you kind of see the point that he's making? I'm really curious. I feel like I could probably make a guess based on the overwhelming reaction of everybody else online. But again, nobody should be getting this much hate over a video game. The man is just a developer. I don't think it's really necessary to send him all these hate tweets, blah 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 blah. But at the same time, he put himself in that position when he added that I'm not gonna lie, and then just pretty much said you're exploiting the game and that you're not playing it for fun if you're trying to rush through the ringside pass or whatever. So I mean, it is what it is. I guess we'll just have to see going forward. Game officially launches in a couple of hours unless you've already taken your flight to New Zealand. Shout out to the Standard Edition people. Hoping you guys enjoy the game. Aside from the ringside pass and the stamina bar, the gameplay for this game is a lot of fun, especially the ragdoll physics and my GM and universe mode. But go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. I'm signing out.